St. Xavier Catholic Church was recently filled with soldiers on the front line in the battle against opiate addictions, and that war is vicious.
This is a gathering of healing for faith-based outreach people, lay health leaders, ministers, pastors, and community leaders, people that identify with being change agents. How can we enhance our ability to serve our community, to serve our youth, their families, and our neighborhoods? Well, the first thing is to understand that healing is possible. And when we're talking about those of us that have struggles, we all have struggles. It's a mental health and it's a public health approach that we need to reduce violence in our city as well as address the opioid epidemic. So we want to support people in our neighborhoods. We want to support them as a family unit and getting the support that they need without judgment. So we want to decrease our criminalization of addiction and increase our mental health support services and access to those services.
William Killebrew is another field general in this struggle, and he is more than qualified to talk about the challenge of drugs and addiction.
Well, first of all, we are in a state of emergency, not only in the city, but in the state of Maryland as well as throughout the country. But here in Baltimore, we're focusing on sort of a three-pronged approach from our public health perspective at the health department. So we're really focusing on training in naloxone, being able to train as many individuals in this city as possible, law enforcement agencies, to be able to administer naloxone when someone may be overdosing. Secondly, we're thinking about access to treatment, ensuring that our young people and individuals who are in their 30s right now, where the numbers are really increasing, have access to treatment and same-day access to treatment. But also, we're working with these young people to really focus on, the unintended victims of the opioid epidemic. So we have many people who are experiencing overdoses or non-fatality overdoses who are returning back to their homes, but there are kids in those homes. Young people in those homes who are very much impacted. And so at the health department, the Family Resilience Project is really focusing on how do we provide services and alternative therapies to be able to cope, to be able to build after this kind of tragedy. And that's an important question. I think after my mother and brother were murdered, my oldest brother, he'll tell you himself, he went straight to the streets. He became a baby of the 90s era, and so that's when the crack epidemic was horrifying in Washington D.C. and around the country, and so he experienced that on the streets. But I even took to alcohol and substance use, and also testing different kinds of substances out in my early 20s, and that was 20 years ago. But the impact of that was very serious, and I'm very lucky and very blessed not to have gone down that pathway for all of my life. And so what it means to me that drugs, substance use plays an integral role in us being able to cope.
The people dressed in blue at the church were chaplains in the Baltimore Police Department. They showed that he's never too old or too experienced to learn something new.
Well, my hope is that we get the training that can equip us as leaders to go back out in the community so we can get what we learned here and engage it back into the community. Also, I just think that the word hope itself is a key word, because I still have hope for our city. Prayer has a lot to do with it. And just reaching the people in our community and showing love and spreading the love.